Hello, my dear friends. How are you all? I hope you all are good and fantastic. So, friends, you are very welcome in our lecture number 4 of arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. So, today we are going to be a lot of examples. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's start. Yes. So today we are going to discuss some important questions which will help in your exams. Okay. So here are some amazing and interesting questions which is very important. Okay. So you have to be listen very carefully and you have to be very concentrate. Okay. So yes. So the first question is yes. A sum of rupees 700 is to be used to give 7 cash prizes to students of a school for their overall academic performance. If each prize is 20 rupees less than its preceding price, find the value of each of the prizes. Okay, so now first of all, let the cost of first prize be rupees p. Okay, now we are assuming the cost of first prize is p. Now cost of second prize, cost of what? Second prize is equals to rupees p minus 20. Why? Because here is a line, each price is 20 rupees less than its preceding. So here we are subtracting 20 from p. Okay. Now, so the cost of third price which is equals to what? P minus 20 minus 20 which result rupees p minus what? P minus 40 rupees. Okay, so now here we have first price, cost of first price, second price and third price. So we can see that cost of these prices are in the form of AP. Okay, and having the common difference as minus 20 and first term is P, like this. We have AP like P minus 20, P minus 40 and so on, like P minus 60 and so on. Okay, I hope you got this point. Now we have to find what? The question saying that here is find the value of each of the price. Okay, and what will we have given? We have already given that a sum of 700 rupees is to be used to 7 cash prize. So we have what? We have means we have S7 which is equals to what? 700. Now here we are using some formula. What is the formula? We know that Sn is equals to n upon 2. Okay, twice of A plus n minus 1 into D, which is the formula. Now what is n? Here is n is equals to 7. We have A is equals to P, and D, what is D? D we have what? Yes, if we subtract A2 minus 7 means P minus 20. Okay, yes, P minus 20 minus P, we get what? P minus 20 minus P. From this P will be cancelled. Now we get what? Minus 20. So we have D is minus 20. So now here we are using this S7 is equals to 7 upon 2, 2 into P plus N is what? 7 minus 1, and D is what? We have D is minus 20 which is equals to 700. I hope you get this point. Now here we can cancel 700 by 7 by 100 times. So we get, if we take 2 as a common, we get what? 2 upon 2 p plus 6 into minus 10, and here is 100. Now this will be cancelled, so we get p minus 60, which is equals to 100. So the value of p is 100 plus 60, so p is equals to 160 rupees. So we have p is what? 160 rupees. Now we can find the second prize and third prize. So what is the second prize? So the second prize, cost of, first of all, cost of first prize is, cost of first prize is what? 160 rupees. Cost of second prize, what? Rupees 160 minus 20, we get rupees 140. Okay, now cost of third prize, we get what? 140 minus 20, which is equals to rupees 120. So like this, we have 160, 140, 120, 100, okay, 80, 60 and 40. So these are answer. So I hope you get this point, how we can solve it, what is the main concept to solve this question. Yes, so let's move on. So the next question is, a spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternatively at A and B, starting with center at A of radii 0.5, 1.0, 1.5 centimeter, 2.5 centimeter, okay, as shown in this figure. So what is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? Okay, so now we have to find what? We have to find the total length of such spiral, okay, made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. So now let's go on. Yes, so now we know what is the perimeter of semicircle. We know that perimeter of semicircle, which is equals to what? Which is equals to pi r. Now, so we have the value of r is 0.5, 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter and 2 centimeter and so on. Okay, so now we are putting this. So we have perimeter 1. We have P1, which is equals to pi into 0.5. Okay, now it will become pi by 2 centimeter. This is perimeter 1. Now P2 is equals to pi into 1, which is equals to pi centimeter. Okay, we have P3. P3 is what? P3 is pi into 1.5, which is equals to 3 pi upon 2 centimeter. Okay, where now here is P1, P2, P3 are the lengths of semicircles. Now we got a series as, so what is the series? The AP is pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi and so on. Okay, now in this case, what is A? We have A is pi by 2. What is D? We have D is pi minus pi by 2. We get what? We get pi by 2. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So now we have to find what? We have to find as what? As 13. Okay, now let's find that. Now we know that Sn is equals to n upon 2 twice of a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, now we have to find as 13. Now 13 upon 2, we have 2 into pi by 2 plus what is n? N is 13 minus 1 and again pi by 2. Okay, now 13 upon 2, here is pi plus 12 into pi by 2. This will be cancelled by 6 times. Now we get 13 upon 2. Here is 6 pi and pi means 7 pi. Means what? Yes, 7 pi. So now we get 13 upon 2 into 7 into what? 22 upon 7. From this 7 and this 7 will be cancelled. Now we get, if we cancel 22 by 2, how many times? It will goes to 11 times. So 13 into 11. So we get as 13 is equals to 143 centimeters. So this is our answer. This is our answer. Okay, I hope you understanding how to deal with this question, such type of question. Now, so these questions are very important and you have to be concentrate. Okay, which term of the AP 121, 117, 113 is its first negative term? Is it what? Is its first negative term? Okay, so we have an AP like AP. We have 121, 117, 113 and so on. Okay, we have first term is 121. We have D is 117 minus 121. We get minus 4. So first of all we have to find the value of n. Okay, we have to find the what? We have to find the value of n. So for n we have an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. We know a and d but we don't know the value of n, and here we are putting the value of a and d. Now we get 121 plus n minus 1 into d is what? D is minus 4. Okay, if we solve it then we get 121 minus 4n plus 4. Okay, so 125 minus 4n. So we have what? An is equals to 125 minus 1. So to find the first integer, first negative terms of the series, so now we have to find what? We have to find first negative term of the series. So for this, so there is a condition of an which is less than 0. This is the condition. Okay, so we have an is what? 125 minus 4n. Okay, which is less than 0. Which is less than what? 0. So if we solve it, then it will become 125 is less than 4n. Here we shift 4n to this side and we get 125 is less than 4n. Now we have n is greater than 125 divided by 4 and n is greater than 31.25. So from this, the first negative terms of this series is 32nd term. Okay, so the first negative term is what? 32nd term, because n is greater than 31.25. So after 31.25, 32 will become. Okay, so the first negative term of the series is 32nd term. What is 32nd term? So the first negative term of the series is 32nd term. So this is very important and good question. Okay, I hope you understand this question. Now let's move on. So the next question is, the sum of the third and the seventh term of an AP is 6 and their product is 8. Find the sum of first 16 term of the AP. So for finding the sum of first 16 term of an AP, we have to find the value of first term and common difference. So how we can find it? So we can find it as, first of all, we have the given condition is what? Sum of third and seventh term means A3 plus A7, which is equals to what? 6. Okay, now if we solve it, we know the value of A3 is what? A plus 2D, plus what is the value of A7? A plus 6D. Okay, now we have 6. If we solve it, twice of A plus 8 times of T, which is equals to 6, we get what? We get A plus 4D is equals to 3. We take the 2 as a common. Okay, now we get, this is our first equation. This is our what? Yes, this is our first equation. Now the second condition is what? Second condition we have, here is the second condition. Second condition is their product is 8, means A3 into A7, which is equals to what? 8. Okay, now we know A plus 2D is multiply A plus 6D, which is equals to what? 8. Okay, I hope you understand these things. Now, so for solving these things, okay, so for solving these things, we want to know, so this is our second equation. Okay, now from the first equation we have A is equals to 3 minus 4D. Okay, we have A is equals to 3 minus 4D, and we have to put the value of A in equation second. In equation what? In equation second. So after putting this, we have what? 3 minus 4D plus 2D multiply again 3 minus 4D plus 6D, which is equals to 8. Which is equals to what? Which is equals to 8. Okay, now if we solve it, we get 3 minus 2D into, here is 3 minus, here is what? Here is plus 2D, which is equals to 8. Now this is A minus B and A plus B. Okay, now we get 3 square minus twice of D square, which is equals to 8. The formula of A minus B into A plus B, A square minus B square. Okay, so we get 9 minus 4D square, which is equals to 8. If we solve it, we get what? We get 9 minus 8 is equals to 4D square. Is equals to what? 4D square. So we have 4D square is equals to 1, and D have 1 upon 4 under root, and we get plus minus 1 upon 2. So we have two values of D. Two values of D. D is equals to 1 upon 2 or minus 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 and minus 1 upon 2. So we have to find the value of D for 1 upon 2 as well as minus 1 upon 2. Okay, so now by putting both the values of D, we get what? If A is equal, we have A is equals to 3 minus 4D. Okay, now for D is equals to 1 upon 2, we get A is equals to 3 minus 4 into 1 upon 2, and we get this will goes to 2 times 3 minus 2, we get 1. Okay, for D is equals to minus 1 upon 2, we get A is equals to 3 into minus 4 into minus 1 upon 2, we get what? We get 3. Okay, here is minus, here is the sign of minus. Okay, this minus, and we get plus 2, and this is the result. Okay, so now, so we know the sum of nth term of an AP is what? We know that we have Sn is equals to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So my dear friends, we are putting the value of this for, first of all we have to do for a is equals to 1 and d is equals to 1 upon 2. Okay, we have to find the value of Sn for a is equals to 1 and d is equals to what? D is equals to 1 upon 2. Okay, so we have to find what? We have to find for, here is, find the first 16 terms. So we have n is what? We have n is 16. So we have to find as 16, which is equals to 16 upon 2, 2 into 1 plus 16 minus 1 into 1 upon 2. So from this we get as 16 is equals to 8 into 2 plus 15 upon 2. Okay, now 2 into 8 into 4 plus 15 divided by 2. Here is, this goes to 4 times, so 4 into 19. 4 into what? 4 into 19. So if we solve it, we get what? We get 76. 19 for the 76. Okay, so we have as 16 is equals to 76. Now for the value of a is equals to 5 and d is equals to minus 1 by 2, then we get for a is equals to 5 and d is equals to minus 1 by 2. So we have to find as 16 and 16 upon 2. What is a? 2a, 2 into 5 plus 16 minus 1 into minus 1 by 2. Okay, here is 8, here is 10 minus 15 upon 2. So we get 8 into 20 minus 15 divided by 2. So this will become 4. So 4 into 5, we get what? 20. So as 16 is 20. So this is our answer. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So the next question is, we have to find what? Find the sum of the odd numbers between 0 and 50. Okay, so first of all, the odd numbers between 0 and 50 are what? Odd number between 0 and 50 are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 49. Okay, so therefore we can see that these odd numbers are in the form of AP, where a is equals to 1 and we have d is equals to 3 minus 1, which is equals to 2, and we have also l is equals to 49. So we can do what? We can find the n. How? L is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So we have 49 is equals to 1 plus n minus 1 into d is 2. So 49 minus 1, which is equals to n minus 1 into d. So we get 48 divided by 2. Here is n minus 1. So now we have the value of n minus 1 is 2 and 4, 24. So n is equals to 25. We have the value of n is what? 25. So this is the value of n. So now we have to find what? We have to find Sn. We have Sn is equals to n upon 2, and the formula of Sn is a plus l. We know a and we know l. So we have to find S 25. Okay, and 25 upon 2 here is a is what? We have a is 1 and l is what? L is 49. Okay, 25 upon 2 into 50, and 50 goes to 2 times. 50 goes from 2 by 25 times. So we get S 25 is equals to 25 into 25. So if we multiply it, we get 625. So the result is 625. This is our answer. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Okay, so these questions are very important questions, and this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture. So thank you very much for listening me, and take care and goodbye.